Did anybody have any questions before we go?
Sorry, yes,
Question.
me.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, go.
I'm so sorry. I just had a question about the
Oops.
Google My Business or the business profile,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So I just wanted to know because I'm working on this one client who has okay, actually, is it possible to set up how do I frame this? I wanted
Tell
to
me.
know basically if it's beneficial to set up a few Google My Business profiles for a client that I'm working on. Actually, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Maybe this will be more clear. Okay, so I have basically this is the client, right? So the design maintenance systems, and
Yeah.
they have partners. So each one of these partners are like representatives, right? Tom Odin is from North Europe. So they have their own phone numbers and their own websites and stuff like that. Like all of these people are
Those aren't websites, so those are emails.
oh, are they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But they do have websites as well.
Okay.
So I was wondering if it's possible to if it's beneficial or if that's even I guess yeah possible to set
Do
up business
they
profiles for
they
these people.
they have a location? Yeah, you could definitely. Okay, so I guess my number one question is, are you doing the marketing for these people? Do these people work at this company?
They're representatives.
But they have separate locations, yeah?
Correct, yes.
Definitely.
Okay, and so if I pick like a website link, I can't link to this website, correct? Like it would have to be to their website.
I would link to their website, yeah.
Okay.
If we look at this as an example for as a real estate brokerage, and I have a brokerage, I am going to have a Google business profile for my brokerage. And then inside Google's documentation for independents, like for real estate agents, they each get their own Google business profile, and then they put the brokerage name in it, right? Put their name, then the brokerage name. So they each get one of those, but then the brokerage has one. And so that's what I would do now. Each independent realtor can link back to the brokerage. They could link to their own site. It really depends on what you want. If you want them all to link back to this one, that is a strategy you could try. Creating the 4 business Google business profiles or whatever, like bang, I would maybe send directions for these people to create them, or you could create them. I would create them one day at a time, just because I'm neurotic, not because
Okay.
I know for a fact that'll have a negative effect. But yeah, the phone numbers are different, the addresses are different. You can link to the sites, their site, or you can link to this site.
Okay,
And
so
maybe this page, maybe link to the partners page. You actually have the option to link your main link in Google Business Profile. You can link to any page you want on your site.
and it doesn't matter like how many times that main link is in the business profile. Like I can use like for this one I can use this site, for the Tom guy I can use this site, like for
It matches. So yeah, I don't see there's an issue, and Google will let you know if there's an issue. But yeah,
okay.
I would try it. I think that's a great thing to do.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with distinct addresses. That's the big one because a lot of people, it's when you don't have distinct addresses, that's where bad things happen.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Any other questions?
I have a quick one about alt tags for images. How specific do they need to be? So, for instance, like the dog example, if you have a page on English Mastiffs and you have 5 different pictures, could they just all be English Mastiff, or would you want them to be more specific?
Technically, some people would consider you just putting the keyword in there, keyword stuffing. So what you really want to think about is if so say my pictures on my website don't show, say I can't see the pictures. What shows up in its place is the text. So you want to tell people, you do want your keyword in there. You also want to tell people what the picture is about. You know, two kids playing ball.
Or going off of your English Mastiff one, maybe you would have English Mastiff posing, English Mastiff
Mhm.
by
running.
tree, English
Mhm.
Mastiff. Yeah.
So
English
it's like a
Mastiff,
slight,
yeah.
not like you don't need to do like super descriptive, but it descriptive enough that if someone were to, you were describing this photo to someone, you could say, oh, it's a picture of an English Mastiff sitting.
As an
Mhm.
SEO, your job is to think about accessibility. And accessibility, part of that means that there are lots of people who use the internet who cannot see properly. And so they can
Mhm.
read the text. So they will be reading the text of the image. Google wants to help people. The person with the hardest, biggest, worst, whatever you want to call it, issues with how to see, read, do all those things online. Google wants them to have a good user experience, right? So that they focus on
Mhm.
that person that has the biggest struggle. And that's how they want accessibility to be looked at. So when you're doing SEO, if you think about accessibility, you're thinking about naming the image so that the person that can't see can see. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. Now I've also put the business name at the end. And I think I don't know
Mhm.
what's the character limit for alt tags? Do we know?
Let me double check. I believe last I remember, it's something like 120 characters, something like that.
125. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good
So
for
short, concise, try to get the keyword in there and try to describe the picture. Great question. We're going more
Okay.
into that next time.
Yeah.
Keyword stuffing. If you say ladies having coffee at business name. Yeah, I like that.
I would try and avoid hyphenating it if at all possible.
Right.
Because you're using separators in alt text and it could throw off how they scan those. So I would just have them as regular spaces. And then when you separate the business name from the keyword, then I would use a hyphen. It has to do with like how Google views it in like page titles and stuff like that. They consider them like separators or any sort of like a special character in between them. So you want to watch out for that because it can screw it up because again, like they're a blunt force when they scan the page. The only other thing you would have to worry about with that keyword stuffing example, Helena, would be length. You only got 125 characters, so you got to watch out for that.
So the alt tags, describe the image, be specific, keep it under 125 characters. Don't start with the word picture. Everybody knows it's or an image. Just jump right into the image description. Use a keyword sparingly. Yeah, get it in there. It's my yeah. But we will go
Okay.
into image optimization. That'll be part of it. So you're well ahead of me now.
Can you, when you download a picture and rename it before you upload it again, can you use the same
Yeah, I would.
description for the alt tag?
Yeah. But the name of the image is not necessarily going to be the alt tag. What I'm saying is it as data represented,
Yeah.
that's just going to be name of the image. And then there's also going to be an alt text. It's another separate field that you need to fill in.
Yeah, which you could just use
Right.
in the image.
Yeah,
right?
you can repeat it, but I'm just saying that
Okay.
naming the image is not the same as filling out the alt text because that's
Right.
just an extra bit of, you know, how we were looking at the no follow link. It's the same
Mhm.
that it's got a little thing that says alt equals and then whatever you've put in there, and that's how it's
Okay.
represented in an image.
Okay. Yeah. So they're two different
Yeah,
processes. I was just wondering if you could do the same text for them.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was just
I do.
clarifying it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do it all the time.
Okay, thank
Usually the name of the image and the alt text are are always going to be the same for us.
Yeah, a lot of people, they have the images already uploaded. I think it's better to download the image, rename it, resize it, upload it.
Okay.
But as I said, Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, you don't have to worry about the image size.
As long as you can upload it. We've definitely tried to upload images that were too large for Shopify, and they got very mad with us. But generally, you're pretty safe.
We know this was a hard class. We know. But that's because it's advanced.
It's the
Right?
advanced one.
Now, if we all look back into what we've learned so far, we've learned a hell of a lot. With that, we're going to go. We're going to go.
Okay. Thank you.
Y'all see you. Bye.